What's up, you guys? It's Susie from HeyGrillHey.com, and today I am teaching you how to make smoked salsa. Great way to use up those summer tomatoes. Really classic ingredients, and it tastes absolutely amazing on basically everything, or just, you know, with a giant bag of chips and some Netflix. Let's do it. I've got my smoker preheated to 225 degrees Fahrenheit, and I like using a mild wood for this salsa, like an alder or a pecan or a maple, because this takes on a lot of smoke very quickly and you don't want it to be overpowering. But if you are just a smoke lover and you want things to be a little bit more prominent in the smoke department, you could go for something like hickory or a mesquite, and that would really give you like a kapow punch of smoky flavor in your salsa. And to the smoker that I have preheated, we're going to put in our salsa ingredients. I have a pound of tomatoes. These have been quartered and then had the little stem removed. I have a quarter of a red onion that has the peel and the stem removed. I have a jalapeno with the stem removed, cut in half. I'm leaving the seeds in mine because this is kind of a wimpy jalapeno. It's not very spicy. If you want to mitigate some of the heat, scrape out the seeds and the ribs on the inside, because that's where a lot of the heat lies. If you want to up-level the spice, you could do a habanero or, you know, another spicy pepper that you prefer. I think, you know, having scraped jalapenos will keep it mild. This will give you nice, like, medium warm but not spicy. And we have what were supposed to be 4 cloves of garlic, but they look kind of tiny, so I gave 6. I even take liberties with my own recipes because I really love garlic, and these were tiny cloves, so we did 6 of them. And all of these vegetables are just gonna go directly on the grates of the smoker, close the lid, and let them roll for 90 minutes. Now, if I was smart, I'd probably use like a mesh frog mat or something, but I'm just gonna balance the garlic so it doesn't fall through the grates, because I forgot to grab one. This also works well if you have ribs smoking at 225 degrees. Just do them side by side. Fill up those smokers, you know?
Grateful for good neighbors that have garlic, huh?
Yeah, I didn't have garlic. Our neighbors had some though. I didn't want to go to the store. I almost put like minced garlic in a bowl on the smoker because I really didn't want to go to the store. So I'm glad they had some. Thanks, neighbors. Like I said, 90 minutes, we'll come back, we'll get this into a blender with some fresh herbs and lime juice and finish off our salsa. Way easy. All right. All the veggies have been smoking for the past 90 minutes. I'm just gonna pull them off the grill grates, put them into the blender jar. So you can see after just 90 minutes, this garlic has picked up a ton of color and smoky flavor. The edges have kind of started to curl in on these tomatoes, and the skins have darkened. Our onions have kind of burnished and turned a little bit goldeny brown. And same with our jalapenos. There's gonna be some really great smoke flavor on these vegetables. To our blender jar, we really wanna brighten up these flavors because those smoky vegetables can feel a little bit rich and heavy. We need to balance them out. So we're gonna be adding in about a cup of fresh cilantro. We're gonna use the juice of 1 lime. You might need 2 if they're not very juicy limes or if they're super small. I always start with 1 lime, and then you're gonna salt to taste, but I think you could probably start with about a teaspoon of salt. And then we've got a tasting spoon, and we can adjust these flavors at the end, which is really nice. So pop the lid on your blender jar, and then just let it purr until all of the onions are broken down, you don't have any large pieces of jalapeno left, and everything's really well incorporated. plentiful. Oh, it smells so good. Now that your salsa is blended, you can transfer it to a bowl and eat it immediately. It is hot, so keep that in mind. My favorite thing to do is to put this into a glass jar, pop the lid on it, stick it in the fridge and let it sit overnight, because all of these flavors start to marry together in the refrigerator, and I actually think it lets the smoke kind of bloom and blossom and become a little bit more prevalent. So obviously I'm gonna test it right now, but if you're making this at home, I would give yourself a day with this salsa in the refrigerator, because it will be so much more delicious. Okay, I'm going in straight with a chip. Oh my gosh, that is the perfect salsa. You have bright acidity from the tomatoes and the lime. The cilantro is really fresh and brightens everything up. And then you have this underlying warmth from the jalapenos. And then the smoke kind of like coats everything. It's like barbecue salsa. It's phenomenal. You guys should give this one a try, especially if you find yourself like I do with an abundance of tomatoes at the end of every summer. It's super easy to whip up. It's delicious to have on hand, and it totally pleases a crowd. If you guys make this recipe at home, snap a photo, post it online, use the hashtag HeyGirlHey. That way I can see it and cheer you on your journey to becoming a backyard barbecue hero. We'll catch you guys next time. There you go.
You're gonna feed me?
I mean, I already made it.
Hey!
That's so good.
I'm picky with my salsa.
I think you might be the pickiest salsa human I've ever met in my life, actually.
That's good.
One more. Oh, yes. Okay, this is new. The salsa dance. Yeah, I think that's it. Good job, Todd.